Yeah.
Works for me. Ah!
All right, so we are allegedly live.
Allegedly.
Allegedly, I've yet to confirm it because I'm a fantastic producer.
I mean, it seems like we're live. It seems
we are.
possibly that we are live.
We've got a Mark G, a Greg, and a Mike. So people are even watching this, Rob.
Why? Why would people waste their Wednesday evening watching this nonsense?
They're here for Vito.
It's true. Yeah, which one?
Yeah.
Vito Prime. One.
Vito Prime.
Vito.
Joining us this week is Vito Prime. Some of you might recognize him from the Rock Gut review, but he's Vito Prime now.
I am all Vitos that ever have been or ever will be. And what's more, they are me.
Legit. But you could fit like 6 or 7 Vitos inside you, so like, you got lots of Vito room in there.
It's not Vito. Vitos. It's not Vito.
Also, the name of my porno tape.
It's not piles of Vitos.
Instead of Vito squared, it's Vito haired. Dad, I do have a kid, so dad jokes do happen.
Absolutely, as they should.
Yeah.
All right, so Jeremy is drinking a Coke. What are you drinking over there, Vito Prime?
I broke out some Old Potrero 18th century style rye whiskey, rye malt actually.
Now, is that one of the budget picks that you picked for the January challenge? Is it?
No, actually, yeah, I did do the picks for the challenge. And do you want me to tell you them now or
no? Look. You can. We don't have any content, as you know, from the 4-hour meeting.
Right, I just got distracted by Mike Lissac's like 3 Vitos stacked in a trench coat idea.
That's awesome.
I was just saying, I was saying to somebody a little while ago that he needs to get on my shoulders, and then we could form Vitoltron.
Sure.
Yes.
I just realized. Look at my T-shirt too.
Nice.
So yeah, how is everybody tonight at home, and what have you got in your glasses at home? This is what I've got on the go right now.
Oh, that's tasty. That is very, very tasty.
Yeah, it is actually super tasty. This was picked up by Dave K, because he knew that I would want one, and he was correct. Super, super tasty. If anyone can get their hands on that, I would certainly recommend it.
Ditto is very, very good. I'm going to start out with some Elijah Craig small batch, I think.
Ooh, nice one. You cannot go wrong.
Yeah.
Pour of the Lechek 20 cast strength. Ooh, Greg T. Stagg. That sounds spectacular, buddy.
Yum.
And as I'm drinking a Coke.
Do you have to go to work after this?
No, I have to do my other hobby after this, which alcohol and pew-pews don't mix. So
yes,
no drinks.
Yes,
it's a good call.
Yeah, if it was work, I'd have one or two. That's fine.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, isn't that common practice for Australian government employees? Isn't that required before you show up on the job?
I technically work in arts, so yes.
Isn't the Australian capital just shaped like a big can of Fosters?
No, because we don't drink Fosters here.
I know, you don't actually drink. No one drinks Fosters. No one in their right mind drinks Fosters.
I had to travel to the UK to have my first Fosters.
Jeez.
Fosters, it's Australian for beer in all of the other countries.
Right.
Mark has got a Compass Box Crowded Barrel Texas blend.
Oh.
That's tasty.
Yeah, I have not tried it, but I heard a couple good things about Texas whiskey.
Yeah, they keep winning awards down there. I don't know.
I was jumping about that. So maybe we can raise a glass to Robert, Jonathan, and Marcia over at Iron Root
Yeah.
for their recent win of World's Best Bourbon.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers to you guys. That's awesome.
Cheers.
If for some reason anybody that's watching here is new and not a regular and you don't know about Iron Root Republic, get on it right away. If you guys are in the States, that means you can probably get your hands on some, and it's absolutely delicious.
It is. And they weirdly have like distribution in England or some part of the UK too. Very
Yeah,
minor distribution for some places.
Texas
Ligation?
ligation.
Yeah, so you can go onto Master of Malt, and I do believe they have something. What we'll need to do is we'll need to get Robert back on at some point.
Absolutely.
Just because he's awesome. And
They do have surprisingly good distribution for. I think they probably have the best distribution in Texas right now.
I think they have like an exclusive.
Yeah, just through Total Wine, pretty much.
Yeah. See, I don't know if this is a troll or not.
Absolutely a troll,
It
Greg.
is, yeah.
But I have a feeling if you have a Crowded Barrel Texas blend, you are probably in Texas, which means you know darn well who Iron Root is. So, not going to bite on that one.
Trolls everywhere.
Oh, look what Vito finally brought me over.
Hey, is that the Bunnahabhain?
Yes,
the Mona Spiritor. Yeah.
I will be doing a solo review on that one.
Actually, that's
Sweet.
something that happened. I wasn't there because Brad didn't swing by and pick me up.
Sorry about that. Just scheduling conflict there.
So how was Silver Fox, man?
It was pretty awesome. We had a great time. We went up there in the evening on Friday, and Mark had just finished running, I believe. And we just had a nice visit. We tried quite a few different things that he's got on the go, both fully perfected, if you will, and he's running them to bottle, which he does have bottled now. And we also got to try a few things that he's kind of experimenting on for the future. And it was really super fun. I was going
to say, Ed is totally Norwegian. He is the angry Norwegian.
Yeah, there was a lot of fun experiments that Mark is doing that should lead to some interesting liqueurs and all kinds of stuff. Since they have to wait a while before releasing their whiskey, they're coming up with all kinds of ways to make different moonshines and liqueurs and things.
Well, that's the thing. When you're starting off in whiskey, you've got two options. You do your clear spirits and your interesting things, or your sauce. It's one or the other to get income through the door until your juice is ready.
Yeah. Your seasonal things like your moonshine eggnogs, things like that.
Yeah.
It's good times.
I do really want to try some of his moonshine. It definitely seems like he's put a lot of fun into it.
It's legitimately good, like just straight out, like
it's got a few more layers than your typical shine, right? It's just a little more interesting. It dances on your tongue a little more. So like a little bit of a spice in there that's not necessarily that you always find in unaged spirits, but super interested to see how it's going to age in wood. But for moonshine, it's actually quite tasty, and you'll definitely be trying some in the fall.
Cool.
That's for sure.
Oh yeah, we're gonna bring a whole bunch of stuff down.
Mark's gonna be wheeling a freaking barrel across that border.
No doubt.
Well, we're planning to get up there. I think sometime in the summer.
That would be awesome.
Are we going to see another Ed video series where Ed and Erica just go to different distilleries and get drunk? Sample their products.
Yeah, probably. That's probably gonna happen. Yeah.
Excellent.
Is you and Erica?
I think it's just me. I don't know. We haven't finalized plans yet. I don't know if the old man's going to be able to make it. But we did promise Mark it would at least be me and Erica. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens.
There happens to be a recently renovated and beautiful, really nice Airbnb that my wife's boss owns that is right around the corner from my house. So super cheap friends and family discount.
Oh, there you go. Wow. Thank you.
Don't say that on the internet. You're going to get so many new friends.
No one watches this. You're fine.
Okay, fair. Actually, that's legit.
I was going to try and see if Mr. Graham Young was in the chat. If you are, Graham, make yourself known because I did receive your wonderful package of samples today. And we will be doing something special with those in the future. So thank you very much, Graham. That's truly fantastic. You sent some amazing whiskeys, and I don't want to really reveal them now until we do a little something special. So
they sound very interesting. I cannot wait to dig into that stuff.
Yeah, big time. And there's enough of those two really kind of neat, interesting ones that we can really kind of get out there. So
excellent.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. But
so for those who haven't been following along, this is the prime Vito, the Vito who has been on the channel the most this year.
Yep.
The Vito that we all know as Vito. And apparently there's this other one who's a little bit shorter, a little bit like surlier and stuff, calls himself Original Vito or Cask Strength. We don't know who that dude is anymore.
I mean, what is he going to do? Come on the show and defend himself? Not likely.
Doesn't seem likely. No.
Gives all the opportunities. Feral Vito.
Feral Vito. There you go. All right.
I just pictured Vito, but golemized. Just in rags, just
so that's 30-year-old Gollum is Vito now, and then the Gollum you see in the Hobbit is 120-year-old Vito. It all makes sense.
Okay.
You're not going to be able to shake that image now of just 120-year-old Vito there with his White Walker going, precious.
Sure. I'm just going to make a comment, a general comment, not directed to anyone about anything. I'm just going to simply say that nobody has noticed yet. So,
yeah, I know.
So that there's that. But what was there was somebody wrote something that it was just Vito. It was Vito, the audacity.
Yeah, I like
Vito, whatever.
I like that he says, who the fuck is Vito Prime? I'm the real Vito, bitch. Who are you?
Yikes.
And he's 50% ginger, which means he's more of an Iron Root fan than you. He's literally wearing the colors.
Wow. It's getting rough around here already.
This is what happens. Don't ever join the team and then not come out to play ball. Rip on you the whole time. I love it.
So I don't want to correct you too much because it's clearly something that's hurting you, Vito. But Ed lives below you, so he can't come down.
But get it?
No, he means physically.
Not
geographically. Have to lower myself through
the curvature of the Earth. They're both at eye level.
Yeah.
Get a step stool and start a fight. That's
hashtag flat Earth.
I kicked my camera stand. I was laughing so hard. Whatever.
We have some ball breaking from Wade, which has been a long time.
Yeah,
it's been a while
since that. Hey, whiskey friend, good to see you. Thanks for popping by, man.
It's all right, Patty. We know who you are. Oh no, that's Whiskey Friend, not Whiskey Den.
Not Whiskey Den.
No,
It's because I'm too sober for this thing.
It's true.
Yeah.
Wade
try that.
exists more than you do, Vito.
Wow. Harsh.
Just
Too harsh, man.
Would the world
Wow.
explode if Wade was on the stream?
Probably.
Oh, okay.
That's one of
It
the
would be
signs
worth
of
it.
the-
It would be worth it.
signs of the apocalypse. It's like the mark of the beast.
Well, that
Um,
did happen last year with Wade and myself on a stream at the same time, or a hangout. So, working on a patch should be updated to a new version soon.
Excellent.
For those of you that haven't checked it out, also check out the Whiskey Friend on YouTube. He has a pretty awesome channel. I've only watched a few videos so far, but I've really enjoyed them. So if you guys haven't checked out the Whiskey Friend, go ahead and check them out.
I don't know.
Vito is getting. You got awful lot of time to sit and type on here, Vito.
Yeah,
He's getting a little short.
Oh.
Yikes. Wow. That's,
But no,
ooh.
hopefully. So for those who don't know, Vito has had some shit going on, but hopefully he should be back on at some stage, maybe this year. 2022, definitely. Like, he will be back for sure by 2022.
Absolutely.
He's just going to sort some stuff out, and we look forward to it, maybe, depending on how good Ed goes. I mean, Vito Prime goes. There may have to be some sort of a slingshot battle with little mini, bottles and shit.
That would actually be fantastic.
Just
That'd be
paintball with
amazing.
bottle minis.
Vito
That'd be good,
is going to trebuchet himself into you.
It's a Vito-sized ballista, I picture.
Just fly. Oh yeah.
Seems right.
It'd be like a black Italian like luck dragon, just. This is great stuff.
I'm not nearly drunk enough for this, so I'm going to have to pour my second choice here, which is the Aaron Amarone cask. finish.
Ooh, Amarone. I've really liked some of those cask finishes, but the Côte Rôti it's not. I don't enjoy it very much.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's really weird too because I'm a big fan of wine cask finish, and I'm a big fan of the Aaron. So I was really expecting a lot out of it, and it's not great for me. But Vito loves it, so he might get. Oh, hey Dave, thanks for
Oh,
stopping,
Dave K.
buddy.
Right.
He's listening to our podcast version that we totally do live on other formats.
Really?
You got to stop creating phantom products that don't exist, man. You're killing me over here.
I'm still waiting on that porn channel.
Yeah, for complaints, email afterdark@carstrength.no.
Mike Lissack, I just got your cow costume comment now. That's awesome, buddy. Because we all know that Monty Python references are king.
Absolutely.
Oh, okay, yeah, that makes sense then.
The Air and the Bothy are awesome, guys. Yeah, the Bothy quarter cask is delicious. James Dennis picked one of those up and handed out a couple samples, and it is fantastic. And it was very reasonably priced. One of the better value whiskeys that I've seen in a while. And I thought that I had another one, which I probably do, but don't have the I don't have the patience right now to scan the shelves.
That's fair enough.
Yeah.
Charles, I am not drinking the Morgan right now. I actually left that at the old man's house because I was over there, and so we just shot when I was there. So he's got it right now. So
It's safely far away from you.
Yes.
What you're
Yes.
saying.
it is secret. He's keeping it secret and safe.
Sure.
or something. He might have drank it already.
Dave. Oh God.
All right, so why don't we do, because we are totally not lacking content and stalling and shit. So I grabbed the next bottles for the challenge before the stream, actually.
Oh, excellent.
Quickly ducked down to the bottle shop and grabbed some. A little bit upset that this upstart channel may have stolen some information from me and reviewed a channel. No, not you, Vito. It's okay. So I might just go through those just to kill some time. Fill in content.
Right.
Pretend that I have a project going on.
Providing quality content.
Sure.
Providing quality content. Professionals is what we are.
Mm-hmm.
So as you know, I'm doing the challenge, and I've had that bottle of Grant's, and I've been nursing it for too many weeks. So I have 3 more bottles to add to the collection, which will now be 4. And I went a good old staple.
Classic.
Yuck.
Yep.
Nice.
Inoffensive, does the job, and it's quite pleasant. And then this is an old staple from my uni days, because it was always like a cheap thing, like this in the Ballantines.
Sure.
But it was always a weird thing. Like, it went in batches. So you get a batch for a couple of years. It was fantastic. Then it'd go a bit funny, and then it'd go good again. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to that even more so after it got reviewed on the vault. And then, not really stated in the rules, is one of my aims was to try and get as many different regions / styles in the collection. Basically to try and semi-reflect the fact that when you're new to the hobby and you're on a budget, you want to try all of the things.
Sure.
Yep.
You need to, I think, try all of the things where you can. Yeah. No, the dog's sulking, Wade. He's been a bit of a sook with all the weather and stuff.
Oh.
Well, he had 15 teeth taken out last week, Ed.
Yeah, I know. I do remember that. Yeah, I felt
Yeah.
bad for him. That's a lot of teeth. That sounds like the majority of teeth, in fact.
It just
The
It's like
vet
half.
assured me he still had enough. But apparently, dogs have 40-odd something teeth, and he was already missing 12. But he's so he's doing pretty good. But
Does he just have teeth to spare, like a shark? He's got a little shark.
Are
Are you sure you didn't catch a shark and bring it up on land on accident?
Yeah, I'm fairly sure. Sharks aren't hairy, are they?
Not usually. I don't-
Except for the Australian hairy shark, the famous Australian hairy shark.
Sure.
But he's got no front teeth anymore, so he kind of both looks old and as a puppy all at once. It's hilarious. So, oh, hello. Are you up now?
got fired.
Did you hear us talking about you?
Flo.
Mike, why do you have to compare him to my mom?
Oh, ho, ho, ho.
Oh,
Yikes.
my.
Wow.
You're right.
It's okay though. She doesn't even watch Ed streams. She's
No,
never
no,
gonna
she
watch
doesn't.
Ed.
She would
no
be
chance.
so angry at me if she ever.
There's zero chance that I'm clipping that out and sending it directly to her after the stream.
My mom is not a violent woman, but she would beat me up and down the street if she ever knew that I said.
Oh, that's
that.
making it real tempting now.
She's a bit of the Irish in your heritage, isn't she?
Well, yeah.
Valet, young Vito, we knew you well.
So, Whiskey Friend just reviewed the JD Heritage Barrel batch 2018, which I don't think I've heard of the Heritage Barrel, versus batch 2019. What have we got? Oh, just ripping. Bernard.
They're the ones that carry the little barrels, right? Makes perfect sense. Yeah.
This is an accurate portrayal of Ed's mother sans beard.
Yikes.
Oh my
Eddie,
god.
Eddie, get here, room, Eddie.
Yikes.
I'm
I'd
going
like
to
to
hell.
just state that I'm not taking part in any mother bashing at all.
I'm not part of
Okay.
this whatsoever. I
I'm trying
will
to
be
be
clipping it out
professional
and
here.
sending it, but other than that, I'm
Trying
not
to-
involved.
Address a comment that was made by a loyal viewer, and you guys are just shitting all over Ed's mom like it's the new Tide Pod.
Oh yeah, Ed's mouth is totally getting cleaned with a Tide Pod.
I'm going to be poisoned with
Oh,
Tide
God.
Pods.
Oh shit, she's hacked the stream.
But whiskey friend, so yeah, although I haven't tried the heritage barrels, the single barrel proof is quite outstanding. In fact, the single barrel rye is one of my favorite ryes of all time.
Oh, Ed, your
Oh
mic's
my
not
god,
working.
Mike! Oh my god, Mike!
I was gonna make that joke, but I was like, all right, it seems like we've dropped it. Okay.
I'm gonna be.
Yikes.
I don't support this. Okay, please. There's a disclaimer I'd like to say now that the views of some of the other members of Cast Strength do not speak for all of us.
Also, Dan is totally the one who's got control of all the comments at the moment. It's neither Brad nor I. We lost access some time ago.
Sure.
Just putting it out there. Reach out. I can give you Dan's address. It's all good.
I think that's what's called unplausible deniability. Is that?
Oh god.
No, my mother is a lovely, lovely gentlewoman, and I love her deeply. So you stay away from my mom, Mike.
Oh god.
Yikes.
Oh my god. Okay. Back on track. On
There's a track.
whatever track we were on. Have any of you guys, Ed, have you had any of the Jack Daniel's single barrel stuff?
Yes, I have. So I think I had the regular single barrel and the cast strength single barrel. The Heritage, I know we have it at the store. It's not one that I have tried, though. I mean, my thing with Jack Daniel's is that they've got all these expressions, and I kind of want to try. I kind of want to try all of them, and then I'm like, oh, hey, there's something else that just got released. I'm going to run off and do that because it's just Jack Daniel's. You know what I mean? So there's probably all these gems out there that I'm missing out on.
The single barrel rye is really good.
Yeah.
It's honestly spectacular. I think it's only like 46%, but it's super, super, super tasty.
This one's 40%. Has been 40% apart from that time that they were 38%, and then people got upset, and then they went back to 40%.
Sure.
Oh, let me see this here.
Actually, that is a good point, kind of. But Terry,
Yeah, I got two of them, Terry. I swear to God.
They exist. Some of them are
47.
tasty.
That bad boy, it's delicious. It really is.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
And again, it's very reasonably priced up here, so I imagine it's even cheaper stateside.
Oh, I would have to imagine.
Probably.
I think the problem is that if you like the Jack Daniel's flavor, then like every Jack Daniel's is a good choice. But for me, it's like they all taste a little bit. They all taste like a lot of banana.
yeah.
See,
So,
I don't get much. Terry here in Canada goes for 65 in Ontario. So
See, with bourbon, so to do the compared to other whiskey, compared to others at the same price, if you throw Daniels in there in the bourbon category, down here at least, Jim Beam, Jack Daniels, Cougar, and like your budgetist to budgets bullets when they're on special, they're all the same price bracket. Everything else is another $20, pretty much right off the lot. Like, So, you know, for me, I prefer JD over Beam as a personal preference. But when you're sort of playing at that lower level, you're not getting all that much out of it anyway, like compared to some of the more expensive or heritage bourbons and things like that, just in my opinion.
Sure.
I need to try that heritage. Yeah. I guess, okay. Well, I guess I'm trying heritage. Next time I'm at the store, I'm going to grab a bottle.
If Wade's AI says that it is, then it must be.
Yeah, but Terry, you have so many awesome Irish whiskey over there. I love rye, but Irish still takes it for me over top there. I'd be going nuts if I was over there. Although how are domestic prices over there, Terry, for Irish whiskeys? Because I know it's weird. Like there's some bourbon I still never get over how some bourbon up here in Ontario, which is normally the most expensive place that I kind of know to buy whiskey at, we'll get like, for example, the Weller 107 for 35 Canadian dollars. And then you see it all over the place in the States selling for insane prices.
Oh, yeah.
Crazy.
To be fair, a lot of those really insane prices are like the number of those insane prices are overestimated simply because anytime someone finds it at that crazy price, they immediately take a picture and put it online and be like, look at this horse shit. You know, so there's not that many people who are price gouging that bad. It's just that when those are the ones that stay on the shelves and people see. You know what I mean? If they're selling it at retail, usually it's getting swiped off the shelf really quickly. And even if they're selling it like $10, $15, $20 above retail, it's still getting picked up pretty quickly. So the only time you really see it is like $700 for Weller, you know.
Yeah. People are nuts with that stuff.
Yeah.
See, we can get Blanton's on the shelf all day long. So, I mean,
yeah, we used to have it just
$80 Australian, but you know it's still there all day long.
Blanton's is definitely up there for me on the list of super overhyped and overpriced for the most part. Up here, it goes for about 60, 65. And I think that's kind of appropriate. It's totally drinkable. It's not bad, but definitely wouldn't pay more than $60 for it for me. I think that £50 for the JD Rye. Yeah, I mean, I would get it. I do really, really enjoy it though. It's a really good rye. I get a cream soda note on it that I just really, really like. Blanton's is great. Skip the single barrel. Gold straight from the barrel. Yeah, the gold is pretty good. Again, it's just per price. Like it's not a bad whiskey by any means. It's quite tasty, but generally speaking, for the scarcity and the hype and the price, for me, not worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Because I get to deal with this quite often. You get a lot of people who don't seem to understand that not everyone's price gouging when those prices are ridiculous on a shelf either. I mean, Ed, how big's the liquor store that you work at, Ed?
Pretty sizable. We've probably got one of the best whiskey selections in Milwaukee, even counting Total Wine, just because Total Wine is full of their own proprietary bottlings. Yeah.
Are you?
A lot of brand stuff, but you know, like there are going to be bottles that, due to, and it's not the 3-tier or 2-tier system, but due to the way the distributors work, where, you know, one state gets first pick, the next state gets whatever's left, and then the third state goes,
Yeah.
In those situations, like, the shop may need to get that for a customer, or, you know, it's not considered a good shop unless it's got a particular, you know, whiskey. Well, they're going to have to go and get it either off the secondary market or at retail. And if you're buying it at retail, then you've got to put your own markup on there, and that quickly just snowballs the price. And hey, it's convenience. It's not always price gouging. Sometimes you're literally paying for the convenience of not having to drive 100 miles to the next state to go get it where it's freely available on the shelf.
Yeah. There is some truth to that. I mean, it's if you're doing that in Wisconsin, it's definitely illegal. And that's but like
maybe for you, but
but for us,
who's gonna pull me
yeah.
over?
If we want to keep our liquor license, but otherwise we can do whatever we want.
Yeah.
Is your store a chain, or are you like a...
No, we're just like a single store. We're like it's a family run store in that, you know, all the ownership is all within one family. So yeah.
Wow. Whistle Pig 10 rye is 50 pound in Ireland.
Yep.
And Knob Creek is 40, and I'm assuming that's the standard Knob Creek. Like that seems like I'd jump all over that Whistle Pig.
Yeah, that's what is that? 50 pounds in Ireland is what, 1.5? Yeah, it's slightly cheaper than we can get it here.
Yeah. That's surprising. That's probably the cheapest because again, Whistle Pig's got quite a big hype around it. It's always the Knob Creek Straight Rye.
But that works out.
That's not bad, honestly. Those prices are not too bad.
So that's $64. And always bear in mind that when anyone in the rest of the world says it's this price, it's that price at the till. Like that's what you pay at the counter. It's not the shelf price plus whatever the state tax is. So
yeah, we have that. Everything's included for us here too. Shelf, what you see is what you pay.
Sure.
Because I've seen it quite a lot, you know, where people will post a shelf price and you go, geez, that's a really good price. And then, you know, when they actually go to the counter, sometimes it can be as
delivered. Man, that's awesome. That's shocking. I've never looked into it. Pricing there. That's crazy.
Well, it was one of the my favorite things sitting down with Adam Brudner every now and then and just literally going through the whiskey prices, you know, from my region and just comparing what was available and the price differences. And it can be interesting what gets jacked up and what is almost a universal price around the globe, except where there is like peak demand. Like it's just bizarre. Interesting fun though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Greg, I agree. Knob is always good. I love Knob.
Heyo.
Wade, I did have a Knob Creek store pick that was stellar. And that seems like a fantastic price. It was more than that, but it was somebody in Canada that got it, so they paid for the shipping and someone to mule and all of that jazz. So, but it was pretty tasty. Michter's #1 rye 56. That's a good deal right there. That's a delicious rye. That's a spectacular rye. I've got a bottle of it right here. It is great. And it's a lower proof too. I like that about Michter's. They're one of the tastier lower proof, like their regular bottlings that aren't the barrel strength. They're fairly low proof. Like I know the American is like 42 or 41.5 or something.
Yeah, what is it? I wonder if
Something like that.
I wonder if Erica killed that. She might have.
That's like the only rye she drinks.
Yeah, it's delicious. 42.4%, and it's got a lot of flavor. You would think that like if I tried this blind, I would have guessed much higher proof, not based on the actual alcohol, you know, burn or scent or anything. Just the flavors are. It's very, very complete. And the barrel strength rye. Me and Brad tried. Brad, you tried that, right, at Spirit of Toronto?
Yeah.
Yeah, super dilly. It was the most dilly rye I've ever had, like by far.
Yeah, I was not a fan of that one because I'm not into the dill.
I love it.
I think the most dilly one for me was the Willett Farm 2-year.
Okay.
That's like just eating pickles.
That's the Willett in the like the wine bottle.
Yeah, the wine looking bottle.
Yeah, with the really old school label.
This thing. It's in this thing.
Sure.
All right. Yeah, David, even more than the Alberta Premium cast strength. It was literally, I think I remember saying to Brad, it was literally like the bottom of the bag of dill pickle chips, like the crushed up powder. Like it was super dilly, but it had like a spiciness to it.
Dill pickled chips are a thing.
What?
Unfortunately, yes. Dill
Okay.
pickled chips are a thing.
Okay, what do you mean? Oh my god. Oh my god.
Hey, dill
Those
pickles.
guys-
People are
get
gonna
those all
freak
day
out. I
long.
mix dill pickle and ketchup together in the same bowl. It is
That's-
not actual ketchup, but ketchup flavored chips.
Oh,
Disturbing.
tomato flavored chips.
Tomato.
Tomato flavored chips.
Yeah.
Smashed
Disturbing.
tomato. Yeah, but that Alberta Premium cast strength. I just had a big conversation today with a buddy of mine and his dad about Canadian whiskey and how regular standard bottling of Alberta Premium, me personally, I wouldn't use it to wash the piss off of my driveway.
Who's
Don't
pissing
ask
in
me
your
why. Don't ask
driveway?
me why. I was just gonna say
Stop
that.
inviting Vino to your house.
Is that
Don't
because
ask
you
me
have
why.
small piss or
But anyways, the cast strength Alberta Premium is, again, it's in the top rise I've ever had. It is unbelievable, and it just goes to show what the potential has for so many Canadians that are watered down to 40% and sent out the door because they sell and they send it out there. Brad, was that entrapment higher proof?
I don't think it was very high.
Like higher than 40 though?
Yeah, I think it was like 41 something. I could look it up.
Okay. Because it was actually kind of tasty. But again, I think that was because it was a single barrel and not just that big mass blend and then watered down to 40.
There was something. That's
Yeah,
an interesting
41%.
thing about the. Oh, sorry. I was just going to say that was an interesting thing I was thinking about with the Michters being. This was something I was talking about with our wine director the other day. Being that they proof that down quite a bit before it goes into the barrel. I think they take it down to like 55, 54, something like that. Something pretty low for rye barrel entry. I mean, we were talking about how his idea being that you're actually going to get oak tannin and flavor and stuff in that water. You're going to get flavor in the water you proofed it down with. So when you proof it down later, you're adding less still water to it. So you're gaining, not only are you drawing out more sweetness from the barrel, but you are also aging the water, so to speak, rather than watering it down once it comes out.
Sure.
Well, that's what Jonathan and Robert do. Is they proof down in barrel over time as well, so you're not getting that crash. Brad's muted himself so he can talk to a lovely lady. I'm going to tell you.
Yeah, Dave, I know it is 25 plus years old, so that definitely had something to do with it. But yeah, it's kind of one of those things because we do make really good rye up here in Canada, and it doesn't really shine apparently unless you bottle it at cask strength. Because I would confidently put the Alberta Premium and the Lot 40 cask strengths into any blind rye tasting with anything in the world, any other rye. And I know they would bode well because it's fantastic. It's super flavorful. It's complex. It's got finish. It's wonderful. And you take, again, like I said, the regular Alberta Premium is just, it's horrid. It's one of the examples that I used today to my buddy to explain to him that just because something is a lower proof doesn't mean that it's going to have less alcohol flavor, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
And for the most part, it's the opposite. And for me, and another good example that I used was Wild Turkey. And the hotter it gets, the better it tastes. Right the way up to the rare breed. Like the 81 is a delicious, nice drink, and the 101 is considerably better, and the rare breed is, in my opinion, considerably better than the 101. So I don't know.
Yeah, Mark, you might have missed it. I did. I bought 3 new bottles.
The collection is growing.
The collection is now
So many bottles.
Yeah. So the Paul Grants can sit in the cupboard by itself for a little while, and
So
Think about what it did.
yeah.
what could you give us an example, Jeremy, of a single bottle that was in that would be in the range if you bought one instead of multiple? Just for an example of what would have been available to you if you decided to go with one higher level bottle.
So this is $120 worth of whiskey here, in dollary dues. That would get me probably the Chivas Regal Mizunara Oak special at the moment.
I hear a lot of good stuff about it.
The Ardbeg 10, that's about 80 at the moment. It's not on special. Ugadol would be about 150, so I'd have to wait another week and a bit for that. So you're starting to get up into quote unquote the better stuff or the good stuff. Not pissing on either of these, but yeah. So, but you're also starting to get into the stuff that isn't just proofed at 40. So you're starting to get into your 48s and your 50s and stuff like that. So it kind of makes it a little bit more interesting. But yeah,
I think all things considered, and for this particular project, I think that you nailed it though with what you picked up. And like you said, when you are starting out and you do have a budget, you do want to try more things. And it's something that I didn't do in my journey. I was a bourbon guy for quite a while until I met people like that. And
that's
Jesus,
tweet out.
the man upstairs,
and no, I can get Screwball Wade. I would have to order it in and have it mailed. It's not available for me to just duck down to the bottle and grab. So I'd have to get it mailed to me, but I can get it.
And hey, Patty and Benjamin, thanks for joining us, guys. Late on the hello, but
Also, did everyone see my Whiskey Den's fancy new logo?
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
That's
That's
pointing out on me.
Look at that. It's got a little tri barrel.
tri-state symbol.
And Benjamin, it's Vito Prime, not Pseudo Vito.
Yeah, not pseudo Vito.
No, Pseudo Vito is at home typing on his on messages that he can't show his face. That's Pseudo Vito.
Yikes.
Yep.
I am the one true Vito.
He
I am the Vito. I am who am.
He's the tallest, so he is the smartest Vito, the Vito that's in charge.
Seems right. That tracks.
That's when Vito comes on next time. I'm just going to call him Invader Vito.
Invader Vito.
It's time for another refill for me, so I think I'm going to go with Red Spot for my last drink.
There you go.
Nice,
I'm surprised you've been getting through all of those quite happily without.
Yeah, and what's the cask finish on the Red Spot? That's some nice color in that whiskey.
Yeah, it's triple cask matured, so bourbon, sherry, and marsala. So
Marsala.
very
Nice.
deep,
And that's all of the Red Spot is all the same, or do they have different cask finishes on the Red Spots?
I think they're all the same right now, if memory serves, but I'm not sure. They might have weird experimental things. Like I know they have a lot of weird green spot finishes, but I don't know if they've done that with Red Spot yet.
I mean,
I did forget to mention that I'm on the Lonach Mortlach, which is fun to say. So this is their 19-year-old independent bottling of Mortlach.
Whenever I get
Ooh.
Mortlach,
Yeah.
Whenever I hear Mortlock, I think of The Simpsons, where Grandpa Simpson's going, Matlock.
Yeah, that Marsala cask really makes it taste creamier than Great Spot for sure.
Terry, Vito Prime has a red spot that we can't see on camera for various reasons, and Brad's drinking red spot.
Yeah, Brad's got a whiskey, and Vito Prime has a red spot.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Also, Benjamin says Ed's rules are like Festivus. You got to pin him to get on. Actually, you got to pin me to get turned on.
I was going to say, funny story. That
Apparently, I just need to think about pinning you to get turned on. I am pouring some Deanston Bordeaux cask.
Nice.
This is a 58.7%, and it was at Dave K's tasting. After the tasting is done, he gives us little labels with our name on it, and we go stick them on the bottle, which we'd like to take. And then Dave or his wonderful wife, Danielle, pours all the samples for us, and we get to take some home. It's super awesome.
Got to be honest, at first glance, Dan, it looks like you need to hydrate better.
What's that?
I'll tell you when you're older. It's okay.
What do I want to finish up with? I got to find something.
What does the raccoon suggest, man?
That is a good question. What would Mr. Scabies have me drink? You know what? We were talking Iron Root earlier. I'm going to break out the Iron Root.
Yep,
Nice.
Always a good choice.
Greg
Just
was
to finish it up.
So
Dig a little.
Always a good time for Iron Root.
he really has to dig a little for it.
Yep.
He's got to get
Hide
This
it in
is-
the back.
No, that's
This is
the
why
end.
I'm looking forward to Distill America, because I'm gonna bring a ton of bottles and just start giving shit away.
See, I thought that was like that. If you put enough bottles in front of the good stuff, Erica will literally just go, "That's too much fucking effort. I won't get it now."
Oh no, she organized this. This was all her.
Nice.
Ed, when you were at your Coloman tasting,
Mm-hmm.
did you have any stuff that was distillery only?
No, what did we have at that tasting? Because I'm trying to remember. The main thing that the weird one we got to try that I don't think was available anywhere. Well, it's probably available other places, but I know it wasn't available up here. Was the Meet the Pete tour one,
Okay.
which was the Cast Strength Makir Bay.
Ooh. Ooh. I love
Yeah.
it.
Tasty.
Yeah.
Because I'm trying to remember. They had, well, obviously, okay, there was this year's Isla, 100% Isla, because we got that there. We got the STR there.
Which review of that coming on Friday, because I introduced that to the old
I
man.
love it.
I'm trying to.
I wish I could remember what all we had at that thing. It's slipping my mind right now. But yeah, the standout was the Cast Strength Meet the Pete 2019 Makir Bay. That was probably me and Erica's favorite.
Understandably.
Yeah. That one is just it makes everything else look like weak little baby juice.
Sure.
I
Seriously, I think in this world that just when Ed says "baby," it's just
The babies.
little babies.
Yeah.
And that one was put on by Wee Baby Wills too, son of Anthony Wills. So there you go.
Nice.
Oh, this Bordeaux cask Deanston is amazing. Oh. Still nobody's noticed. I'm just throwing it out there.
No, well, you know what? That just means we don't have to do the giveaway.
That's right.
Sure.
Hey, where the fuck's my shirt?
Yeah, Dan. What the fuck did you do?
And just spits whiskey everywhere. Literally the only thing currently on the list by the looks of it.
It's gonna come. Once Canada allows us to ship T-shirts out of the country.
Okay.
Lots of complicated. Tricky.
Look, Ed. Vito. It'll happen 2022
Oh, that's awesome.
Once we work out this logistics thing, we may even open a store.
Yeah, look at that.
Could happen. Could happen.
It's only taken 8 years to get a shirt to Ed. It's all good.
It's okay. I still
Oh.
Crusaders samples. So, like, when I get the shirt, those will go out, I guess.
No pressure then. Okay, great.
Yeah.
Benjamin. It is spectacular. And yeah, Deanston is super tasty, and up here in Ontario, it's really, really reasonable. Like the Virgin Oak is, I think, $55 or something. So that's amongst the cheapest Scotch that you can buy in Ontario. Period. And it's quite tasty. I believe it's the same price as like Glenlivet Founders Reserve, which I have a strong dislike for. But it is spectacular, and you do on the nose, you actually do get you can, and it might be because I know it's a Bordeaux cask, but I want to say that I get a Bordeaux notes. And like, I love a nice Bordeaux. So I do. I know what I'm talking about, guys. Okay. Listen,
Sure.
Listen, Lebowski, you're not dealing with idiots here.
Total professional. We get it.
Wade Kander told me that if I dug any deeper for that bottle, I would get to China, get the coronavirus. Where do you think the coronavirus started? It was me in one of those little cages in a Chinese meat market. That's a fetish of mine. Don't shame me.
It was Mr. Scabies behind you.
No judgment.
Ed and Mr. Scabies running around eating bats in a seafood
Mr.
market.
Scabies.
I'm considered a delicacy in some parts of China.
Sure.
You're considered a delicacy in some parts of Canada.
And you all get a taste.
Yikes. Bat liquor. Yeah.
Oh
Yikes.
God. Yeah, Patty on the Founders Reserve. And here's the bad thing about that. So I've kept this bottle. I have like a tiny bit of Founders Reserve left in that bottle sitting there. It was the first Scotch that I purchased. And I don't know what stupid. I'm not the kind of person. I know that there's value in a lot of things that you pay more for. I understand that. So I don't know what I was thinking when I decided to try picking up a non-peated Scotch and went for the cheapest one in the store. And I brought it up to my buddy's house, and he's a big bourbon guy, just like I was at the time. And we poured some and had some, and it was just... It's the only whiskey that I've got a legitimate vomit note, honestly, and it's still there. I've revisited it a couple times to maybe give it another shot now that my palate is much more evolved. But no, I don't agree. My palate does not agree with Glenlivet Founders Reserve. I'm under the strong impression and opinion that they had a bunch of really nasty barrels and decided to throw it in non-age statement, like something that doesn't fit the profile at all to get into a 12 or any of their other stuff. And they're like, let's just call it the Founders Reserve. Sounds really nice. Some stupid idiot in Ontario will probably buy it for his first non-peated Scotch. And
So Dan, the moral of the story is just don't get a non-peated Scotch. That's all I'm hearing out of it.
Listen, while I do enjoy lots of non-peated Scotch, your method is pretty fail-safe.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I've had way more nasty non-peated Scotches than I've had nasty peated Scotches. I'm just gonna say.
And I mean,
You're right.
let's face it, like I have a Jameson's here. Like Irish whiskey's okay, but how damn good is Connemara? Like,
Oh,
It's good stuff.
yeah,
Yeah.
it really is. One of the things I really do like about Connemara is it's one of those. It's like some of those peated Speysiders that aren't normally peated, and you kind of get both notes. You get Speyside notes and then peat notes. So
Yeah.
you know, it's like you can tell that Connemara is Irish. You've got those kind of buttery notes that are in there, and then you get that peat on top of it.
Yeah,
It's
that's good stuff.
it is it's delicious. It's fantastic. Rarely available for us up here. Used to
Oh,
be.
really?
It used to be all the time, but I don't think
It's good
we've
experience.
it's really not in stock too much.
Man, that's
First
really
one I
cool.
had, it was just right off the shelf locally, but it's disappeared since then.
Yeah.
Thankfully, I had a friend get me some from way out east.
I was going to say
Right.
we've hit the hour mark. I've just been given a massively secret recipe that everyone needs to rush out and try. So we should probably end the stream then.
I don't know. Puffs and Drams thinks that I'm drinking cream. I don't know what's wrong with this red
Puffs
spot.
and
but,
Drams. See, it's the man who's puffing who noticed. Okay, none of you guys noticed. All stream. Brad was talking about pouring these dark bourbons, this dark Scotch, all of this, and he's been drinking eggnog,
moonshine eggnog.
moonshine eggnog from Silver
So
Fox
good.
Distillery.
I even put nutmeg in this one, like visibly tapping.
Vaping, good. I hope you're vaping some tasty treats, puffs and drams, and good call, brother. Nice one.
I'm correct, but Terry, that just means that you're gonna have to speak to your girl Grace, start peating some of the malts down there, and get onto a truly Irish peated Irish whiskey down there. But yeah, so the recipe that I was given is chicken fried bacon, because if you bread it and deep fried bacon, apparently it is so much better again.
Right down my alley.
Right?
Sure.
And
Yeah.
calming your arteries.
Sure.
I do love putting bacon in my alley.
All right. I went over to Hayes for the weekend and left just a big box of meat in his fridge.
You did. And Dwyer eternally loves you for it.
Great.
By the way, though, I'm just gonna say, and I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble here, because you are truly and honestly one of the nicest, generous people I've ever met in my life. You didn't say bye to Dwyer when you left, and
Oh no.
she may be heartbroken. I'm just
Oh no. Oh no. Gonna have to apologize profusely.
You're just gonna have to write right now, Brad.
Poor baby Dwyer. That's
Yeah, I gotta say, but having said that, she was like busily head deep into her phone, and the man has to drive back to Ottawa. You know, can't be saying bye to everybody here. Like, come on now.
All I'm thinking is, you know, how you get
yes.
chicken and waffles. I'm just thinking,
Richard, yes.
chicken
Accurate.
fried bacon on waffles with maple syrup.
Absolutely.
All right. So on that heart attack inducing note,
yeah.
Vito Prime, thanks again, buddy, for filling in and coming. We had a great time. Always lots of laughs.
What I do.
And thanks everybody at home for joining us in the chat, or those of you that have a voyeur fetish and just like to watch.
No judgments. It's fine.
like Shannon, I know you're watching, Shannon.
Okay. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys.